Have you ever wondered how a small Turkish principality in Anatolia in the 13th century rose to become a major power in the Eastern Mediterranean? Let's take a journey back in time. This story begins with a man named Osman I, the founder of the Ottoman dynasty. Osman's leadership, combined with his vision and military prowess, saw the principality gradually expand through strategic conquests in the region. This expansion was not just about land and power. It was also about spreading cultural and religious influence throughout the region. As the years rolled on, the Ottomans continued to grow in strength and size, their influence spreading far beyond the borders of their original territories. And so, within a span of about 2 centuries, this once small Turkish principality had transformed. By the mid-15th century, this principality had morphed into an empire commanding respect and instilling fear. What if I told you that the year 1453 marked a significant turning point for the Ottoman Empire? Indeed, it was the year when Constantinople, the glittering Byzantine capital, fell to the forces of Mehmed II. This momentous event not only marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, but also set the stage for the Ottomans' relentless expansion into Europe. Emboldened by this victory, the Ottomans marched forward, their dominions spreading like wildfire across the Balkans, Hungary, and further into Eastern Europe. Their conquests were marked by the might of their military prowess and strategic diplomacy. The empire's reach pushed on, reaching its zenith with the Siege of Vienna in 1683. This marked the furthest extent of Ottoman expansion into Europe, a testament to their thirst for power and influence. The Ottomans had now stamped their authority well beyond their original borders. Their conquests not only reshaped the geopolitical landscape, but also left an indelible mark on the cultures they touched. But how did the Ottomans manage such a vast empire? One might wonder. The secret lies in their fascinating administrative structure and governance. At the top of the hierarchy sat the Sultan, who wielded absolute power. The empire was then divided into provinces and districts. Provinces governed by beys were further segmented into districts, with each district under the control of a sanjak. Now let's delve into one of the most intriguing aspects of the Ottoman administration, the devshirme system. In an ingenious move, the Ottomans introduced a system that recruited Christian boys for military and administrative service. This created an elite class of loyal servants known as the janissaries. These boys were educated under the state's watchful eye, ensuring their loyalty to the empire while providing them with significant opportunities for advancement. This unique system of governance allowed the empire to thrive and expand. The Ottomans weren't just administrators. They were formidable warriors too. The backbone of the Ottoman military machine was the janissaries. This elite fighting force was made up of young Christian boys, taken from their homes and trained in the art of war. These loyal warriors, supported by artillery and cavalry, formed the core of the Ottoman army that struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. But the military prowess of the Ottomans wasn't confined to the battlefield. They were also innovators. The empire was one of the early adopters of gunpowder technology, which revolutionized warfare. With the introduction of cannons and muskets, the Ottomans could now lay siege to fortified cities and castles, often with devastating effect. These military and technological advancements weren't just for show. They were strategic moves that helped the Ottoman Empire solidify its dominance across 3 continents and left a lasting legacy on the history of warfare. These military and technological advancements solidified the empire's dominance. The Ottoman Empire was not just a military and political entity, it was a vibrant cultural melting pot. The empire spanned 3 continents, bringing together a plethora of cultures, languages, and religions under one roof. Islam was the state religion, yet the empire was marked by an intriguing degree of religious tolerance. This wasn't a mere coincidence, but an integral part of the empire's policy. Christians, Jews, and other religious communities enjoyed certain freedoms and were allowed to maintain their religious institutions. This religious diversity, combined with the empire's vast geographic spread, contributed to a rich cultural tapestry. The influence of various cultures can be seen in the empire's architecture, art, literature, and cuisine. From the grandeur of the Blue Mosque to the intricate designs of Iznik tiles, and from the verses of the Divan of Hafiz to the flavors of Ottoman cuisine, the empire's cultural diversity still echoes today in the region's art, architecture, and cuisine. The Ottoman Empire was also a hub of trade and economic prosperity. Commanding key trade routes that linked Europe, Asia, and Africa, the empire played a central role in the global economy. Istanbul, the empire's capital, formerly known as Constantinople, was more than just a political heartland. It was a vibrant center of trade, culture and diplomacy, teeming with merchants and diplomats from across the globe. Ottoman merchants traded an array of goods. The rich aromas of spices from the east, the delicate touch of silk, the vibrant colors of textiles, and the intricate beauty of ceramics, all these were part of the empire's flourishing trade. The wealth accumulated through commerce not only enriched the empire's coffers but also fostered cultural exchange and intellectual growth. The bustling trade and economic prosperity further boosted the empire's power. The Ottoman Empire, in its prime, was truly a marvel of economic dynamism and cultural diversity. All empires rise and all empires fall. The Ottoman Empire was no exception. As we venture into the 18th and 19th centuries, the empire began to face significant challenges. Military defeats against rising European powers signaled the empire's waning strength. The once formidable Ottoman military, which had been the cornerstone of its expansion and dominance, was now struggling to keep pace with the rapidly modernizing armies of Europe. Economic decline soon followed. The empire's control over vital trade routes began to slip away, gradually eroding its economic prosperity. Internal strife, too, was brewing. Unrest and dissatisfaction among the diverse population groups led to social and political instability. In response to these mounting challenges, the empire embarked on a series of reforms known as the Tanzimat reforms. These reforms, spanning from the mid-19th to the early 20th century, aimed to modernize the empire and restore its former glory. They encompassed a broad range of areas from administrative and military reforms to social and economic changes. However, while these reforms brought about significant changes, they fell short of halting the empire's decline. The final blow came with World War I. The empire, having sided with the Central Powers, found itself on the losing side. In the aftermath of the war, the empire was partitioned by the victorious Allies. The last Ottoman Sultan, Mehmed VI, was exiled, and the empire formally dissolved. In its place, the Republic of Turkey was established in 1923, under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. This marked the end of 6 centuries of Ottoman rule. Yet, the empire's legacy did not simply fade away. It continues to shape the region's political, cultural, and economic landscapes. While the empire fell, its legacy continues to shape the region's political, cultural, and economic landscapes. The Ottoman Empire may be a chapter in the history books, but its influence is still palpable in the modern world.